There is an old saying, you could say in Asia, possibly around the world, which basically states, no money, no honey. Now, maybe you are retired, maybe you're thinking about retiring in Thailand, for example. You've been there on holiday, you've had lots of fun, you've done the parties, and you want to go. So, let's say you're in Thailand now. What you need, basically, you're retired, you're in a strange country, you're not on holiday now, you're living there. It's very different to a party time on holiday. You need some kind of hobby. You need to have friends. It's an absolute must. You've left possibly all your friends behind in America or Spain or Switzerland or Norway or England, for example, and you need someone to talk to. We can get into the girlfriend scenario a little bit later on, but you need a hobby. My hobby, for example, is that I do a YouTube video. I enjoy doing this. I like sharing information and my point of view sometimes about Thailand, Cambodia, China, etc. If you have joined the channel, fantastic. If you haven't, please consider hitting that subscribe button. But what you need to do, basically, is find an interest, which isn't going to be very expensive unless you're the richest man in the world. Now, I do apologize for the sound system today. My girlfriend, my lovely girlfriend Sophie, is out videoing some apartments here in Cambodia for another episode to see what the apartments are like here. So I'm just using my iPhone. Okay, so when you go to Thailand and maybe you retire, you will actually see what it feels like quite lonely. Some man sitting at a bar all alone and no one speaking to him. None of the girls who work in the bar will be speaking because he's not going to buy a lady's drink. Now, these girls are actually working. What you think of their profession is something completely different. Excuse me, is completely different, but here he is. Yeah? You need to find friends. So maybe you get away from, you could say, the bars that have girls and find a pub. Now, there's quite a few pubs that you can find and maybe you can get a friend there. I've certainly done that in the past, let's say in the Philippines, in Vietnam, in this place and, in this place and in Thailand before. Girlfriends, now, there is a channel in Thailand itself called Everything Thailand, and he does provide some good information. I don't like sometimes his point of view, to be very honest, but he said if you want a girlfriend, then, and he would label the girls like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the quality. Yeah. Now, you may be like my age, 54, 55, 60 years old, and it's really common to see an older gentleman with a younger girl who's like 20 or 30 years old. But sometimes you would actually have to pay her like a salary, and she would send some of that money home. But you would still have to pay for all the groceries for yourself, the entertainment, going out to a bar or to a restaurant. You would always foot the bill, and the girl is just there to accompany. But she will look after you with, you could say, like washing your clothes, perhaps, cleaning the house, and a translation. Some people do pay for this. Now, if it's someone who is maybe in their 40s and 50s or someone there, then maybe you would pay them 15,000 baht, but it can go up to something like 45,000 baht to actually pay for this girlfriend, which is sort of very strange, but it is a big cultural difference. You wouldn't find that, let's say, in America. You wouldn't find that in England, for example. Now, it is a male-dominated world in Pattaya, especially for the expats, and that's why a lot of people do go to Thailand or Pattaya or Jomtien, which is close by to Pattaya. They have the sun, they have the sea, the cost of living can be a lot cheaper. And your $2,000 pension a month is going to go quite a long way. You can actually have a nice lifestyle with that. You can actually find a girlfriend who maybe is working or maybe has her own retirement or has been quite successful in life, and whatever the situation, two hearts become one, so to speak. That is possible. I can give myself as a prime example. I have a girlfriend here. I don't pay any money for her. And with that, she has quite a good job. She helps me with YouTube, she helps me with translations, but it's because we love each other and we're happy the way we are. You could say that we're like a married couple. There is an age difference. I'm not going to give you that age difference, but there is. But we have been together for 6 or 7 years. How did I find? By actually going out, not to search for a girlfriend, it just happened naturally. But I had other hobbies. Again, I love riding my motorbike, so I'd go on long trips to the countryside before. Now I don't do it so often. I'm thinking of actually giving up the motorbike and driving a car. So no money, no honey is sort of like a joke there. And you can find a girlfriend like I have. Yeah? You can rent a girlfriend, so to speak, or you can just be single and once or twice a month or whatever you want near enough, you could rent the services of some of the services that are freely and widely available in Pattaya. Now, I did watch one video the other day that some girls who work in the adult entertainment industry earn up to something like $3,000 to $4,000 per month, which is an incredibly large amount. So they're not really interested in getting a boyfriend because it's going to be a big deduction of their. In summary, you have moved to Thailand. You've got the apartment, you've got the visa, everything is sorted out. You need to find friends. Go to some pubs, non-girly bars, so to speak, and eventually strike up a conversation. Who knows? Yeah, but there is a big expat community. Maybe you could join a Facebook group, and again, friends are there. But also you need to have some kind of hobby to keep you occupied. If I give you my day, for example, again, I like making YouTube videos, I like to cook, I like to watch TV, Netflix, I like to go out and have a meal once or twice a week, and I like to ride my motorbike. So my morning, I wake up 7:30, 8 o'clock, I will grab myself a coffee, then sit on the balcony, then I'll go into my office here, my little studio, so to speak. I will make a couple of videos just as a hobby. Then it comes to lunchtime. Yep, I will have something to eat, sometimes go out for lunch, but it's actually rather quite hot. Then possibly in the afternoon, I would watch some TV. I may take a siesta. I'm always busy. And then come the evening, I'm actually happy to sit down on the couch and watch TV, for example, and have a nice meal with my girlfriend. We do go out occasionally. Before COVID we didn't, but now maybe like once a week we do go out. We do have 2 pussycats. One is called Tokyo and the other one is called Pickle. Maybe you've seen some of their videos already. And then go to bed round about 12 o'clock. I'm a big fan of television. I love Netflix, I like Apple TV and YouTube. There's so much to watch and it passes the time. I used to be a big drinker, but not anymore. Occasionally, maybe like twice a month, I would sit on the balcony and have a beer or a Jim Beam with some soda and Coca-Cola. That's my life. So I'm definitely not bored and I'm always occupied. And I think that's sort of like the secret, what you need to do when you are far away from your homeland and maybe it's the first time. It's quite easy for me. I've been overseas for about, ever since I was 20 years old, so that's 34 years, and I've been living in Asia close to 29 years. Other news very quickly is related to this article about the entry to Thailand just as a tourist. You can see from Article 5 there, the airline must check the documents as required. If the passenger fails to produce a document providing these requirements are met, the passenger is subject to be tested at the port of arrival, which is contradictory to, if I go to the next page, that was Article 5 on this, and this is Article 1. Passengers 18 years old or older must provide proof of all vaccination or proof of COVID-19 recovery, etc., etc. You can read it while I'm actually talking. So, near enough from today, which is January the 9th, you've got to have the proof of vaccination to get into Thailand, but they're also saying that you don't need it and you can get a PCR test. Quite confusing. If you are unvaxxed, so to speak, then you need to get a doctor's certificate, etc., etc. quite complicated. Give it a couple of weeks, it may settle down. I'm going to Thailand at the beginning of next month in February to do some video shooting related to condominiums there for this channel. Again, it's my hobby. Interesting, yeah? It gives me a bit of travel. And because I live in a country which is relatively cheaper to Thailand in some respects, how to say, going to Thailand is sort of like quite exciting for once in a while. I made one or two mistakes related to this video, and the mistake was basically not charging my holder for my camera or for my iPhone, and this is what actually happened. Twice. And you got the apartment, you got the visa, my camera has just died. Ugh, they're not there to get ladies' drinks or to work. And possibly eventually in the end, oh my God, what's happened with my camera? Wow, that brings me to a close for today. Thank you so much for the time. I apologize for sweating buckets. I really don't know why. It's actually a weird kind of weather. It's hazy. I think it's quite humid, and the temperature is possibly in the late 20s or early 30s. Be good, be well, be safe. Have a happy day wherever you are. Please do like, subscribe, and share. Please, if you want to, click the super thanks or join the exclusive members of this channel, or you can financially support me via Patreon. God bless again to each and every one. Bye-bye for now. My name is James. Buzz, buzz, buzz.